wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, no, this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the news it fits, some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to...
Go time. We're back and we are ready to attack. We got the second half of this sports betting card. I got my guy Ramon Scott. I got Keith each every stride here. We left and Edmonton took a lead with Chris Perry as our guy Ramon Scott called out. Now we're looking to see what we can do here with the literally second half of the NHL game. Second half of the NBA game is underway. And the Pacers are just rolling up and smoking these guys here. 82-74 right now. But we got baseball. Baseball's popping off, boys. MLB, we're literally right down to the wire. We've got the Yankees and Angels, the Marlins and Padres, the Nationals and Mariners, and the Pirates and Diamondbacks. They stacked them 4 wide, as Ramon said. Any last-minute action you guys want to give out there?
Yeah, I'm on some plays for sure here in this last group of games. I did take Arizona on the run line against Pittsburgh tonight. I also went with the under in that game, even with Burrows pitching up against Burns here. Padre game, I'm on the Padres here on the run line against those Marlins tonight. And I did take Washington on the road as a dog, and, well, I'm on that under with you guys. That's my sports money premium of the late group, Mike. Washington, Seattle under there in that one. Keith was kind of talking about Mitchell Parker here. He likes some of the metrics on him, even though these guys have been kind of shaky here. It's still hard to ignore that Seattle goes under quite a bit.
It sure is. I'm going to get a refill. I'll be right back, boys. I wanted to get it going as soon as we could.
Let's go. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Ramon, is that you segued it perfectly here, is that I'm on the first half, so first 5 under in this Nationals at Mariners game, because I don't really trust these bullpens. Now, I was talking about National starter Mitchell Parker. I mean, he's allowed at least 3 runs in 5 straight starts. But I mean, I was saying before in the AL is that he's not terrible. He's kind of kept his team in it. And then at the same time, I think they're going to stretch him out a little bit more. If you look at the game logs, he's been about 4 innings, 5 innings. So hopefully he can get around the 6th inning now for Mitchell Parker. And Logan Evans has done pretty well. I mean, he's got a 3.33 ERA in limited starts. So I know he's given up a couple of long balls, but I think the first 5 under, give me these starters here to kind of be consistent. I don't like the Nationals on the extreme West Coast too. So first 5 under, 4.5 runs at plus 100. Let me see if I got a little CLV action for you. And I did. It's actually currently minus 105. So little CLV right there. I got plus 100.
Yeah, I think for me there, look, I think Parker is the better option here. Right now, we are seeing, Keith, you might check this out. The Mariners are on the move here a little bit with this line. I know we are just getting underway, but right at the start of the game here, they've gone up to as high as $1.77 right now. So that's a pretty big move here late on Evans and Seattle. I think industry-wide, $1.65 looks like the cheapest price here on this late line move with Seattle tonight against Washington. So, hey, I'm not getting the best price. I'm on Washington here with Keith, a little bit with Parker in this one. Also, we didn't mention in the group because it started right as before we came on the air with the Yankees and the Angels. I see some discussion in the chat on that one as well. I did go Yankees run line and the under in that game. Mike was talking about the under, I believe, as well. So I'm with him there, and we are getting a few more finals. St. Louis did close out Baltimore 7-4. Mets and White Sox there, close game. And of course, Keith, we got to keep an eye on this basketball game. 6-point lead here. It has slowed down a bit, but now I'm seeing the Pacers here up by 8.
Yeah, still a lot of game left here, Ramon. I mean, it's we've learned that 8-point deficits, these kind of deficits are, nothing right here in the NBA, especially this playoffs. So Knicks can keep it close. I don't really like the pace of this game, though. Like you guys were saying before, the Pacers have 85 points with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. There's just way too many. So the Knicks got to really step it up on the defensive end in the fourth quarter if they're going to win this one.
And Mike, for Perry, and one for the old guys, only the fifth 40-year-old to score in a conference finals game.
Really?
Oh, shit.
That's a number I didn't expect to hear. The Reds are running away on the Royals right now, 6-2. Eighth inning underway.
Okay.
Cubs and
could
Rockies.
Use one more run there if you can do anything about it, Mike. I could use one more run there if you know what I mean.
All right, let me see if I can't get you one more.
I do see that there's still a 2-man on with 2 outs, but Royals will get that last at bat. Probably should have been a double play. Oh, just good hustle there. So
we're tied with the Cubs and Rockies at 2. We're tied zeros with the Texas Rangers and the Toronto Blue Jays. The Astros have opened it up on the Athletics 9-1.
They have.
Of course, Altuve, the leader of the pack out there. The Yankees and Angels just popped off at zeros. The Marlins and Padres at zeros. The Nationals and Mariners at zeros. And the Pirates and Diamondbacks at zeros, boys. I'll tell you. Fell out of the groove for a couple days being gone here. But give me a couple cocktails. I'll find my way back to victory lane with us here. Let's go.
Yeah, the hero of the night tonight's Jacob Latz. He's the one that came in for Nathan Eovaldi, and he pitched 3 innings and allowed 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, helping Texas stay in this game tonight.
Huge, kind of pulling like a Sid Fernandez in the 86 Mets right there, Ramon. Exactly.
Oh, man.
That's it. Well, I was a little young for that, but I mean, I definitely saw the highlights, and my brother was telling me about it.
Nope, I remember I think I can remember where I was on every game of that series, I think.
Thank you guys all for following us over from the other channel. We'll get it straightened out here. Make some things happen so that we don't have to shut down and restart, but we'll figure it out. Nonetheless, we have figured it out. Let's go. Let's make some money.
Yeah, I just smashed the like button on the new stream. I got it open. So you hit the thumbs up button. We really appreciate that support.
Yeah, I got a finish coming up here right now in the W with Minnesota leading Seattle, a 76-71, a minute and a half to go. This is going to be close, both side and total here. This betting is definitely in the balance. The game's still in the balance, but the betting is even more in the balance here as Seattle misses a 3-pointer. 1:15 to go. Minnesota will work some clock here. Could be heading under here with Seattle and Minnesota, but the spread is right on. 5-point game here, and the spread's about 7.
Damn.
No run for the Reds, Mike. I'll have to get it somewhere else here. Go ahead, Keith.
Maybe it's KC. Maybe KC comes back and wins this game. We all celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, hope so. I mean, we got 2 outs left here in the 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. So 5-4 Mets. And looks like McNeil's up versus the lefty. But yeah, I mean, it would be nice to get an insurance run, but if not, it looks like it's going to be Edwin Diaz in the 9th.
When you look at last night's game, the White Sox like to give the Mets a battle here.
That's what I was saying before, guys. I mean, to take the juice pre-flop, the Mets were minus like 245. It's just crazy. That was the price, Mike. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I would never. I will never.
Never. I mean, I'm a diehard, longtime Met fan, and I just laughed at that because this team could just no-show at any moment, you know?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with my dislike for the Mets. It has to do with their consistency or lack thereof, right? So you get those bats, you just never know when they're going to find contact, and that's just problematic all around. I did take the Marlins first 5 and full game money line. So for everybody that's looking for some action from me, I've got the Marlins first 5 and full game. I am tailing Ramon with that Diamondback spot there, but I did take the under. We talked about it. The under, I took it up to 9. I took the adjusted line there to 9 at -1. I think it was -134. So live betting action here. kind of want to get in on these Rangers, but I don't want to do it at minus 195. I want to get it. Maybe I think what I'm going to do. I'm going to parlay the Cubs and the Rangers.
Yeah, we're having two really low scores. So a game that really has not gotten a call even on the last show was Boston and Milwaukee, with Boston still leading. It's been a bullpen game. Dick Fitz, Mike, he did go 3 innings, didn't allow a run, and then Bernardino, Weissert, Wilson, Slayton, they're on their 5th pitcher, are the Red Sox with that 1-0 lead. Savali did go 5 innings, gave up just 1 run, followed by Ashby and Koenig, and a real good game tonight. Boston leading 1-0, top of the 8th, and then, of course, that Toronto-Texas game has been, like I said, I mentioned it when you were out, but I told Keith that the hero of the day there for Texas to come and clean it up there after Eovaldi left was Jacob Latz. He's the man who had to come in on short notice and did a good job here, obviously. No score in the bottom of the 6th.
Crazy. Yeah, I mean, I really was – I didn't bet it, but I was on the over. I leaned on over in this Boston at Milwaukee, but I'm so glad I didn't bet it. 1-0, like Ramon was just saying, battle of the bullpens right now.
See, I didn't like that game because all day they didn't have a listed pitcher, so it was kind of like, all right, I'm just going to move past it and see what it gets us there.
Remember how trash the Brewers were in the beginning of the season? Let's see their record now. Oh yeah, they kind of, they're pretty good actually. I mean, they're only 1 game under 500. They were big trash in the first 2 weeks of the season.
I don't know if we're going to catch Nuke before he leaves. He says, too bad the chat gets ignored here. I think we do a good job recognizing the chat, but he did want to know who you guys like in the Belmont.
Oh, thanks, Nuke Worker. I mean, who do you guys like? I think it comes down to post position. And, I put out a tweet a couple of weeks ago that was interesting. And I'll just think about this is that, Sovereignty won the Derby. Journalism won the Preakness, so maybe it's Baeza's turn to win the Belmont because those were the top 3 finishers in the Kentucky Derby. I can't recall ever a year that actually would ever happen. So Baeza, that horse is very well bred, and I'm actually saying his name correctly now, so that I've learned it. I've seen it on the media, so I really like that horse a lot. I hope it's a bigger field than what they're saying because it only is like about 6-7 horses right now. They got to get to at least close to 10. But I like Baeza early on. I would say the post draw is massive. Sovereignty is going to love the extra going, but journalism is just working. Michael McCarthy, the trainer, is saying this horse is working, just beautiful works, has shipped beautiful in Saratoga. I think this was the plan originally from Michael McCarthy, the trainer of journalism, the Preakness winner, is because they planned on running all 3 Triple Crown races. I love it. That's old school.
I'm not the guy to ask at this point about any Derby. I'm a day of Derby guy.
Yeah, no, it's hard. You can't say this is the winner, because post draw you got to look at all the horses coming in.
Yeah, it's just not my specialty. I'll play around with it. I'll have some fun betting some horses, but it's just not my go-to, if you will. So Nuke says Belmont 1.5 miles going to be a long shot winner. See, I do like that. I do like a long shot winner being in the field.
Let's toss the favorite, right, Mike? Exactly.
But it should be noted that at this time, the Belmont Stakes is not being conducted at 1.5 miles and has not been since they've moved the race. Hopefully it will return.
That's the concern, though. Do you think it will?
Unless I'm mistaken on that.
You think
so
it
what
will?
Do they roll, 1.25 miles? Is that the deal?
Correct.
Yep.
So now, the traditional classic distance in the Belmont. Do you think it's ever going to return? I'm concerned. I don't know if it is.
I don't know if it is either. Actually.
Yeah, right.
Well, geez, you see these horses now. They don't care about the Triple Crown. They're pulling them out, and it seems odd.
Because of the size of the Saratoga dirt track, it would not be, the size of it. They'd have to run like an extra.
You can't do it.
Curve. You just can't do it. So
from where the horses are entered the starting gate, they just can't do it with the configuration of the
build. I mean,
track.
some tracks have what's the track? Is it Oaklawn that has the 2 finish lines? You could remind me maybe, but Guillermo says once they get back there, they'll go back. And I hope they do. It's just that really, it's so funny that we think of the, and maybe because that's what the Triple Crown was all about, was that third test. That's why no one could win it for, a couple of decades there.
Test the champions, leave it. Yeah.
Right. But as the equine athlete has evolved here, we just don't see, horses normally don't even, you got some clay, they'll run in a 2-week span, but no horses really run 3 races in a 7-week span at all anymore. That's just not the way. So to put maybe we could space it out. Maybe we could put an extra week.
Eventually, yep.
I don't know. These are just crazy ideas because this is steeped in tradition, right? 1 race, 2 weeks, 1 race, 3 weeks, next race. That's the Triple Crown. But we breed horses differently now. This is the whole problem with their marketing too, right, Keith? Oh, we can't get the stars in the Triple Crown races. It's not like they're being dicks. They're just like, man, I've got this horse now worth about, $35 million. And all I need him to do is, not, go Barbaro on me, and we can make a lot of money breeding this horse. Maybe the incentive to at least continue to race the horse wouldn't be there if they had to come back so quickly again. So Guillermo says you can't change it. It wouldn't be the true Triple Crown. It could be the true Triple Crown still. It's just that you couldn't compare them maybe to all those other Triple Crown winners that did it that way. Just like
it's no different than home run, winners where they put an asterisk out there.
Well, we got something for you, Mike. I think you heard me talk about it before. The enhanced games is coming to Las Vegas. This is going to be athletics on steroids, and it's full on endorsed. We want you to come to Las Vegas. We want you to test the limits of human strength, however you can do it. And we're going to have the enhanced.
Where's Ramon going with this? That's good.
True story.
It's something else, man. You have to tell me you have a bet for me out there, Ramon. I'll be out there. I don't need any of the other true stuff.
With the enhanced games, we're going to be
enhanced games.
Take steroids, and we're going to see who we're going to get the steroid users in competition. That's what we
juice them and let them run. I like it. I like that.
Not the horse. This is going to be athletes, human athletes.
Well, that's one thing with the horses is I really think. I mean, HISA is really done. They're controversial, but at least they kind of toned down a little bit on this testing issue. But yeah, the steroid users in MLB, you think they'll ever get in the Hall of Fame? Though that group, I mean, they deserve to be in, right? Come on.
I think they do, Keith. I mean, everyone is competing at that era. I mean, I guess you can't say everyone was, but if you're trying to tell the history,
you're going to take like 100 home runs away, then Bonds is still in, right? Exactly. I honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Clemens and Bonds is okay, I guess, but those guys, they deserve to be Hall of Famers, I think, even regardless of steroids.
Yeah, but irregardless of their steroid use, as these guys were jacking home runs, the ballparks were evolving, right? So, like Cincinnati has a hitter-friendly ballpark because the guys they had out there, they wanted to let them smack home runs. So some of these shorter field, even Texas, which is surprising, these guys don't have more runs down there in Texas. If you look at the expected home run numbers with a guy that hits a home run in Texas versus how it weighs out against the rest of MLB, they're in the bottom half, at least, if not the bottom quarter of the league.
Okay,
amazing. They're not scoring runs.
We put a committee together, fortunately for you. They vote in. So why wouldn't they leave it to those voters, right, to decide whether or not, they said they're not even eligible, right? Here comes that run to get that over. Thank you, Mike. But Why wouldn't
okay, let's go.
leave it to a committee to decide whether or not someone is a Hall of Famer? Why couldn't we just trust them to use their logic and decide whether or not those people were good for the game, historical legends of the game at that time? I mean, look, I'll go to my grave, and you might come and ask me, what are some great sports memories? The Bond Sosa thing will rank right up there with the top.
It was an incredible night.
Witness.
It was prime era for us. It was prime time action, of course. That was baseball at its peak.
What are we looking for in our sports, right?
Yeah, competition. Exactly.
I agree with that.
That was a run for the ages. That was amazing.
Every night, right? And every night you'd be even eating dinner. Every game was on TV for a week there.
No, what's crazy, guys, is I was laying down watching a Cubs game. I think it was
right when they'd play each other, and they both were playing in that big game when McGuire, right, and so they were out there embracing each other, almost holding each other's arms up. Look at how strong we are.
Lifted them right up, exactly. But yeah, I was watching the random Sunday night baseball. This was way long time ago. And then you know what I'm gonna say is that it was against the Rays. It was actually the Devil Rays at the time. Sosa gets jammed on a pitch, and I'm laying down watching the game. All of a sudden, he gets jammed. His bat breaks, and all this cork comes over the field. I was like, what was that came out of his bat? Right away, I knew it. And then he got tossed, and then that was the investigation.
It was sawdust. It was a lot of sawdust.
He said it was a backup bat that he never used.
Yeah, of course.
And he just said, "Oh, take this bat because my bat was not looking good." I think he just got caught. Right?
And look at Sosa today. What a character in a way, right?
I mean, carried.
I remember that.
So yeah, it looks like the Knicks are down.
Yeah. They knew what the fuck was going on. MLB was complicit in the whole process. Let's not pretend they're saints, right?
Yes,
right.
I agree.
That's what made the whole thing with our gambling stuff with Pete Rose such an amazing. Like, what do you do? How can you let that happen? I understand they're not eligible either, but
it seems kind of evil that they did it now, after he passed away. What do you think? It's just it's stupid to me.
I'm not having a good time watching these Padres, Mike.
I was going to say, I was on the first 5 and the full game for the Marlins here. It's 6-0, but, surprise, surprise, it's the first fucking inning. I'm a little surprised.
Arizona also has a run. Seattle's got 3 runs already. These late games are going off here.
Ooh, that's not good for me. Yeah.
No way.
We gotta start betting the grand salami in baseball, boys. I'm gonna see if I can find the equation. I had an equation in hockey. It was I said this before. You guys have probably heard it. It was probably 15 years ago where it was the 5.5s, and this thing won like 72% of the time. I'm gonna see if I can find a new number for baseball, and we'll start betting the grand salami because the early games, man, they were low scoring to some extent, right? But now look at these late games. We see they're opening up 9-1 Houston over the Athletics. Still was 0-0 Rangers Blue Jays. Let's see what happens.
How about this Pittsburgh at Arizona and just blindly bet the over right now? I bet you. It's already 1-0, and then this Yankee game is just started.
Mets trying to close it out here, Keith. Your Mets.
Oh, let's look. Oh, they closed it out. Let's go.
Hey.
It's over. I see him hugging on the other screens. That's it. All right. Yeah, I just I did not have a bet because I was joking before that the line was like minus 235 on the Mets, but it's the White Sox. That's why. But let's go Mets.
Cute little moment at the end of the game. The ball was in the dirt and the game was over. The runner, he didn't run for first or anything, but he still kind of had to tag him out. He kind of stuck his butt out there so the catcher could kind of give him a pat on the butt, and the game was over because you got to tag the man or throw it down to first. So he gave him a little tag, and the batter kind of pushed his butt out like, get your glove out of here.
Yeah, it's like, let's go in the locker room. Exactly.
Redbeard says, cash that Marlins team total over in the first quarter.
Oh, look at that. Great call, Redbeard.
Padres, what the hell's going on here?
6-1, though. They're coming back.
Mike, you were on the Marlins, so that's amazing right there.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't want to celebrate yet.
Continues to roll right now, even though they're trailing big. He hits another home run here.
Might bet the live here the over. Let's see.
You might bet it.
It was just a big rally in that first inning for the Marlins. My man Kyle Stowers
gets it. Ramon, there he is. He's got an RBI.
Yep. Hicks an RBI, and it was just one after another. It was just base hit after base hit. It was
literally
basically like 5 singles and a sacrifice fly or something like that.
Literally from the 4th guy in the lineup on down to the 9th. They all have an RBI.
That's insane. I know you're a big Rebbi guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing all those guys had to be 220, 230, 240. Maybe there's even some plus 300s in there. Unbelievable.
Could you imagine parlaying that, Mike? That's crazy.
No, I have a Machado RBI in there mixed in somewhere. So I'm on the wrong side, apparently.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, Knicks are down 10 here. Just closing out the third.
It's not a great position for the Knicks, but no panic there. But, when Halliburton's off the court, that's when the Knicks got to make a move. And Cat has been very aggressive today going to the basket. It really has been a bit of a revelation. I think we're going to, I think he knows now. It might be too late in this series, but he might have figured something out here long term a little bit. We know he's a great player.
He could be in a trade one day with the Knicks, though, right, Cat? That's what they're saying.
Gosh, you think they'd deal him? I mean, after going what they went through to get him. 82-77, Lynx beat the Storm. The Storm covered. It goes over there by a point or two.
Final.
Sounds like a point. 82-77. I had 159.5, I think. It sounds like it was right there. Sounds like it sounds like I cashed that under. Let me see.
Oh, looks like we got over 20 people watching right now. So let's go. I'm going to spice some things up right now in about a moment.
I lost my under on that game. I had it at 157.
Yeah. Was that the Sky game, Ramon?
No, Seattle, Minnesota.
Oh.
Sky just underway right now, 6-4 Mercury. I took the Sky.
What was that?
And I agree. I mean, I'm totally with everybody. This Sky team is bad, but I like Phoenix, but I think we're giving them just a little bit too much credit here. I'm gonna take this. I took the Sky. It's just underway. You could get in this one live. The number is pretty much right on with the game number here. I'm on the Sky and the over. There, and I'm on the over with Atlanta and LA, although a slow start here, 2-2. But
no, I had the 156 in that Minnesota game. That sucks.
My girl Gabby Williams I don't think she's on the Sky anymore.
We have Seattle +7 though, so I'll take that. 1-1, just got juiced.
Yeah, she's on the Storm now. I like Gabby Williams used to be on the Sky, but she's on the Storm.
I've got the Sparks money line at -125 earlier today, and the Sky under 159.5. So,
okay. Well, shit, we're against.
Are we head to head? I don't like to be head to head.
Oh, you never like seeing that going head to head.
I'll pick up this big hammer. I got the big hammer.
I played the opening number when it came out. I mean, we were in the middle. You and I are in the middle zone. You just said 159. I have it over 155. Now, look, I'm not going to come on here and say I'm not one of those guys that you see. I'm telling you just to tell you, but I'm still going to have to root for over. I'm on the record, even on not only my bet, but some of these videos that we do, you're kind of, hey, you're on it, no turning back. But
You take to the pedals. There's no question.
well, the graphics on there, you have the graphic, the line. It is what it is at that time, but you still don't want it to go, the other way when you're touting it out there, like I do.
Well, we do have a gifted sports bunny membership.
The Landry Shamit's coming in. This is it. The Knicks
Cheers.
get it going here right now. Landry Shamit coming into the game.
Oh, and the membership goes to Ricky Levine. So shout out to Ricky and all the supporters.
All right, Ricky.
Woo!
Ooh, I just did a double. There you go.
Man, I tell you, boys, I'll tell you backstage my process this weekend, but
Still recovering.
It was impressive. The feat I ran through.
That sounds like a good story.
Got the job done. We were up there to do a job. We got it done. I got a whole bunch of other stuff done too while we were there.
Oh, good to hear. So Red Sox are up 1-0, and it's bottom of the ninth inning now. Unbelievable. 1-0.
Yeah, for sure. Could be another low score here, of course, but this time Boston could come out on top. And we talked about all the guys that were in there right now, but here we are, bottom of the ninth inning.
Padres scored a run, so it's 6-1 Marlins.
Then Red Sox took the game over. 7-2. They beat up the Kansas City Royals. That was fucked. I was on Kansas City on that one. Shout out to all those dick bags that say, we don't talk about your losses. I'll talk about them. I'll talk about why I thought
I saw you had a very good reply, Mike. You said, well, you don't watch pregame in Monday through Friday. That's it. That was a great response right there, because you recap everything.
I think that was Razor. That was one of Razor's burners.
I mean, this burner only had 17 followers or something.
Yeah. He likes to stir the pot. It's all right. We got the Cubs and Rockies. I should have taken the Red Sox just out of sheer nature of their bats versus the Brewers' bats. I
have one run, Mike.
Yeah, but I waited. I was verklempt from the process of not naming a starting pitcher. I did take that Cubs Rockies under 7.5. So 2-2.
Well, look, we were right. I mean, I don't want to get on the chat. I was listing, I use Fangraphs roster resource. I think they are the sharpest when it comes to having it. So I was listing fits. The chat this morning told me, multiple people in there, no, it's not gonna be fits. I went back after the show and I'm like, look at reading up on, you got to go to the team, the team beat and everything. Yeah. It was going to be fits the whole time. There's a double though by the Brewers right now. Lead runner on here with an opening double by Yelich. So we got some drama here coming up. So, but they were saying, oh, it's going to be, and I was like, man, usually I'm pretty solid on this stuff. But
I usually think I'm pretty good too.
It made sense to me too. With the pitcher who they were talking about, I think it was Fitz who didn't make his rehab start, so that's why they brought him up. Pacers here with a big run right now. Oh, Keith left us, Mike. 15-point lead here. I'll say big run. They were up by 11, but I mean, they right now with 9:46 left, and the Pacers up 15 here.
Final.
Yep. Pre-game, I was Pacers and over 220 or 219.5, 220, whatever. It doesn't matter. Those both should.
Well,
cash.
I went Pacers because I thought they were good enough. I also went under because I didn't think the Knicks were this dumb. but I should know
It
better.
was those idiots talking about how they wanted to run pace.
No,
And I
I'm
saw
trying
it
to think
moving, and I was like,
but
this thing's come down like 4 points from when they said they want to run pace. Like, all right, you want to run pace, you're going to get busted up.
you're gonna get
Never or not,
They
right?
might end up losing right now by 30 points because hopefully they can get it going here. We'll have a good finish, but
That just didn't. That told me the Knicks team was lost. It didn't make sense that you're not happy with the pace you ran. You want to run faster, and you're playing a team that wants to run fast. What the fuck are you doing? What?
no, he's back. He's back. Let's stop talking about the 15.
Oh no, I agree with that analysis. You said it early on too. I really agree that you don't want to go the Pacers for a reason, right? So I would say that once the Pacers scored that amount of points in the first quarter, I believe it was 40 points or something. Unbelievable.
Yeah, 43. Ramon was talking about it with like 8 minutes ago. He's like, you don't want to let up 44 points, and they let up 43.
It's amazing how much they actually hung around right now, but I think they're going to get smoked, unfortunately.
Okay.
I think it comes down to the next game.
Mike, runners of the corners here for the Brewers. It feels like the worst they could do is get a tie here out of this inning with nobody out. Collins at the plate, facing Aroldis Chapman, who's given up a couple of runners here in the bottom of the ninth inning. So the Brewers still have their chances here for sure.
Sometimes I feel good about the games I missed. This is one of those games.
Okay. Well, I feel bad because the chat today, we're trying to bring back the consensus since Thomas left, and I can't keep track of it because I think I'm just so important rattling off all of my favorite stats or whatever. I should just keep track, but I ended up on Milwaukee in this game, even though the chat was all over Boston. But they all thought they all thought that who was going to pitch, whatever it was. I mean, I thought Fitz, so I was ready to play Sabali, even though Sabali hadn't been good. Fitz has actually had good numbers, and he's just an opener. So obviously, hey, Boston's pitching did the job, so did Milwaukee's here. But we're going to come down to the finish here, and I don't know what's going to happen. Here's one of the worst things you could have happen if you're Milwaukee: a shallow fly out to right field. The runner could have actually scored because the right fielder hastily made a throw that was bad throw, actually, and the runner, but he wasn't ever going to try it because the fly was too shallow. The Rangers have a runner on here. Thinking Burger Time might have got on here. I'm trying to see here.
Well, too little, too late for my Rangers. Damn, lost that one. Yeah, I was on the Rangers team total over the first 5, but they just got blanked. I mean, it was a great pitching performance by what's his name here? Let me pull his name up here. Yeah, that's it. The guy that gave up 15 homers on the year.
My name is not Francis. Osuna got a hit and then a ground out.
Exactly.
And now here's a base hit, and the Brewers are going to tie the game. Runners at first and second right now. As Frelick, an RBI single, and the game is tied here in the bottom of the ninth inning. And now the Brewers with a chance to win.
Ooh, it's a nightmare situation.
Talking Cubs and Rockies in the chat. 2-2 here, top of the ninth inning here. Houston 11-1.
There's one out in this ninth inning. I would say the Red Sox need a ground ball double play for sure.
Brewers did punch one home, huh?
Caleb Durbin here at the plate with a chance to win it. A base hit would do it. Probably.
Ramon, if you like the Red Sox earlier, now you can get them at plus 160 live.
Well, I'm on the Brewers full game, so like I said, I went against the morning's team consensus here. I don't think this proves anything. It's just a close game here tonight.
Now, when you say that, Ramon, like during your show, like if the chat is on one play but you're on the other, do obviously you say your play, then the chat might blow up a little
Sometimes,
bit, right?
Well, I've had this little like games. It's probably not the best thing for my record because I will pivot then and give out sometimes my better premium players. No big deal. I don't. My plays are no more special than the guys than everybody in the chat. We're all equal with our plays or whatever. But then I just give the other play because I don't want to disagree with them. But
Right.
I was on another show and I happen to like the Brewers. I'm not going to go off on the chat and go, oh, ha, ha, because they get me half the time and I get them if we're on different sides. That's just the way the ball bounces.
Yeah, exactly.
So I love to hear from the chat. I want it is the whole show. The chat is the show.
Yeah, let's see what the chat's going on. Yeah.
I see a lot of other channels now trying to incorporate the chat because you guys are fucking great. Everyone's got their own opinion. Who are you to say that this guy that talks about this play isn't going to win? Fuck that.
Yeah, I want to be right. I want to be the best picker like everybody else. But I like being a guy who likes to talk about sports and sports betting.
Yeah.
And talk about all the games that we like to bet on, the different. That's why I like when everybody has their other sports because I'm known as someone who likes the smaller sports and everything.
I always say I like to hear everybody else's plays more than mine. Here's my card, but I want to hear your card. What are you guys on? That's more fun to me than I already made my card. Let's see what you guys like to say. I hate when it's against it, but it is what it is.
But yeah, I like to hear like people's breakdowns and just kind of like how they got to their bets because I'm just like, wow, that's pretty cool that you got, especially they're very decisive about it. That's cool.
Well, Sharpie was listening to the Cappers and his over 107.5 doesn't look too bad. They fucking scored 60 points in the third quarter. They got another 17. It's 77 points.
Yeah, you got
107.5. We're not too far off. Guy doesn't even bet basketball. He's like, I heard you guys. I heard you talking about this. I heard that's such a key component. You can step away from a play, and if you don't like the sport, you can obviously just listen, right? And not saying he doesn't like the sport, but to be able to come back and be like, well, you guys said this and you said that, and why isn't this the play? Okay, I tailed that 107.5. I tailed Sharpie's NBA play. Guy doesn't even know the NBA. Doesn't matter.
Tailed Sharpie's NBA. That's good.
Doesn't matter. I'll take some cash. Doesn't matter where it comes from.
Good time with Sharpie, man. So, well, I'm glad that actually was able to get on a Tuesday night and we kept the party going here.
Yeah, we don't roll on Tuesdays without Sharpie. Lots of other spots to find your action, but we love it. I like it because we make our bets together today. Over the day, we talk about how things are going to happen, and then get a chance to watch it with the guy that you're talking about how it's going to go down. That's huge. It's fun for me.
Yeah.
Plus 10.5 for the Knicks. Hard to believe they're going to get blown out here. They're down 14.
And Cat can't
11.5 now.
All of a sudden too. So I hope he could stay out of foul trouble. How many was that one on Cat there?
Should I sprinkle on 11.5? Should I? It's crazy.
Brewers got one,
went to 10.5 now. See,
out of it, 1-1.
See, as soon as you think about it, it moves. Exactly.
Yeah, you got to just do it. Own it.
Now the Knicks looks like they've kind of lost their composure a little bit.
Yeah.
14-point lead. They'd have to just keep hitting these possessions here a little bit. Don't make any can't afford another run here. But oh man, Brick City there.
So what do you guys think of this hockey game? I mean, it's kind of 2-1, a little back and forth.
I'm not done with the Dallas Stars yet. I'm not going to bet them again. I took them a few times at like plus 240 or whatever, so I'm not done yet. But 370 does seem advantageous, doesn't it?
You think a draw play? Let me look at this. I'll sprinkle on a draw play. Let's see.
Trevor says, Ramon, we need you to speak without a filter, not just to agree with the majority. I'll tell you what, Trevor, when you hear him giving his plays, he's like, I might, he does a good job. You got to read between the lines. I give that to Ramon. He's like, I might be on the other side, but since you guys like this one, I'm going to take the total on this spot there. I think there's plenty to be said for that. Better you than me, Ramon, because I'll tell you guys when you're on the side that I'm not on, I'm tell you why you're not going to do it. I'm not going to take the total because I'm on
you're
the
now
side.
telling you I'm on the opposite side of what the chat was saying. That's
Yeah, no.
it was basing it all on the fact that I thought that they would have the advantage, but the pitching has been fine for both. So
I've seen the chat on plenty of sides, and I'm like, I can't wait to tell you why you're on the wrong side. And then I get to it, and I'm like, there's still 30 minutes. You guys go cash out. So you either get that or you get Ramon taking a side or a total after he gives it to you.
but very tough for base running there. Bad base running by the Rangers last inning. Really, Dan was out. Osuna rounded third base too far and was thrown out from behind. Imagine you're the only run of the game and you get thrown out as a third out.
Can't even score earlier than they can, dumb blunders on the base path.
Brian,
the Knicks,
he needs to keep some picks for premiums as well. Yeah, you got to keep some premiums, but you watch pregame, and if you're on the opposite side of me, I'll tell you, I'm not scared to say it.
The Sky leads 1-17 after the end of the first quarter there.
Well, Mike is the first one to say they have power and they got beautiful party, the best parties and everything. No, on his islands, right, Mike? Exactly.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Final. Yeah, we got state.
We got Wi-Fi. We got a 5-star chef out there. I reserve that content for Saturday UFCs. I'm excited. We have Saturday UFC back this week, boys. Again, another evening start, 6:15. They punch each other in the face for the first time. So we'll start at 5:45. We'll get out there. We'll talk about dudes smacking each other in the face. Yankees, Angels under, Ramon, looking pretty fucking good. The live bet now is 5.5.
Damn, that's nice. 5.5. That's good.
Mariners are up 3-0. The Diamondbacks are up 1-0, holding a definitive edge considering it's minus 540 live. The Padres have put some runs on the board. It is 6-3 in the second inning. Jesus, what's going on here? We got
about time to bet the Padres. What's the line now? It's probably time to bet them.
That live over in the Padres game, well, it's probably too far past, but damn.
What are they on the money line, though?
The Padres are plus 195 right now on the money line. I can't do it. I'm in on the Marlins not to fuck this one up. They fucked that last one up. They scored a bunch of runs through 2 innings, and they went, with extra innings? 9 innings without doing a fucking thing?
Let's see.
Well, if it was 3-0, I might be ahead, but at 6-3 type of thing, I'm like, you know what? Padres probably, if the total's 14, what is it going to be? 8-6 Marlin? No.
Crazy. And the Rockies tied it. Wow. Rockies tied it.
This could be one of those games where we see 23 runs, though.
Whoa.
Oh,
my God, Mike. You see this over? It's 15.5.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Yeah. You going to take it? It's too far gone. I would have taken the 12 or something like that. That's what I'm taking.
No, I'm on the Marlins in these ones.
13.5 is where I would stand.
Give me my first. I said it on the show. I said I'm going to take them first 5 in full game. I hope they win the first 5, and that way, whatever happens in the full game, I'm still plus money.
Well, I know Mike
maybe I'll take the Padres
in that Toronto Texas game. Mike was on the under, and it's 0-0 in the 8th inning. Okay.
Final.
Ooh,
that one feels pretty good, Ramon. I hate talking about the winners. I like talking about the losers or the ones that are close.
I'll be your hype man.
Well, I appreciate it.
Well, I think it's like you say, Mike, it's an important part of handicapping, right? Transparency. So you gotta You got to say the winners are the losers. I can't believe Altuve still hit 2 homers though. I'm still stunned by the second homer.
That's awesome.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great call.
Yeah, I had so for the new people in the chat, I had 1 homer for Altuve tonight at plus 450. So it happened second at bat, I believe it was the second at bat. And then he hit another home run, which I didn't even look at those odds. It probably would have been at least 1200 plus 1200.
I'll tell you, that's goes back to the root of why I'm not a big home run betting guy. Shout out you, and I'll take stabs, of course, but just the metrics behind it. Like you caught a guy that catches a plus 450. You were looking at his contact rate, like you did all the right things.
Yeah.
But some of these guys will look at guys like Ohtani and Judge, and they'll be like, "Oh, this guy's his home runs plus 200." Well, you know what? What Altuve did is the majority of what happens. They don't just get 1, they get 2. So when you look at these guys' home run percentages, realistically, they're like 20% per game. They just happen to put a bunch of home runs up each game they roll. So you can't be taking those plus 185s. Now, your Altuve was plus 450, plus 500. That's a great spot. You caught him at 5-1.
Yeah, you got the value on him, Mike.
Pick of the day right there.
Yeah, because he got the value on him. It was 6 homers on the year and facing a lefty that was kind of, in a spot that I thought was going to give up runs. So, and it happened.
I get some people that message me and they'll be like, Altuve, or not Altuve, I'm sorry, Ohtani home run. I fall victim to it every time. I'm like, oh, it's plus 195.
Oh, did you guys see in Colorado? Judge in Colorado was like plus it was like plus 150.
He was down to minus.
And
I thought he was down to minus 105 on one of the games.
It hit that game.
Yeah, of course it did. He was minus 105.
Minus 105. Do you know the DraftKings said the prop said the home run player has to have plus 100 or more, and I laughed at that, but maybe we're approaching that soon.
I gave it out. I gave him out on a show actually. Everybody was.
You gave out a fucking plus 105 Ohtani home run.
No, I gave out Judge over 3.5 bases.
That's right. All right. Well, that's fair.
Colorado.
That's fair.
He hit a home run. The crew, the guys were making fun of me after the show.
What was that number though? 3+ bases. It had to be plus money, right?
No. It was favored. He hit a home run. Yeah, he hit a home run. I think it was. I don't want to be wrong. Maybe I'm spacing out. I thought it was like. I think what it was I gave out a bad. I think it was 3.5 minus 160 or something like that. No, is that how? That's too much, right? Whatever it was like.
No, I never
minus 160, maybe a minus 160.
That seems ridiculous, almost right. 3.5.
110 is the one I saw.
Judge in Colorado. It's probably that same day you're talking. I remember that people were talking.
Yes, it was in Colorado. It was like that was
$1.50 or whatever. So I'm like, I was trying to make it on the thing. I said I'm taking him total bases over 3.5. And
it's crazy it happened too.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just mixing it up for a little bit. Remember, I'm still trying to work on my props a little bit. It's been going pretty good here on some of these. We have
when it's a full card, I do the Schwarber, Ohtani, and Judge home runs. I did one. I think I had, I don't know, $150 on it, whatever. It was whatever the free play home run max was. And they offered me 4-1 to cash out after Ohtani and Schwarber, or Judge and Schwarber hit their home runs. I was like, fuck you guys. I'm going to get 21-1 or 22 whatever it was. Somewhere in there. 21-1. I was like, you're going to give me my money back anyways. I cashed my 4-1. Fuck you. Let's see if
so
Ohtani
you took the money, right? Yeah.
No, I just left it. I took the free bet because Ohtani shit the bed. Every time I bet Ohtani, he shits the bed. It's like the 4th time this year I've had Ohtani props in play. Nothing.
Didn't really bet him that much.
Here, Cat puts it back in.
Okay, I'm looking at the game now. Here we go. Damn, look at that. Oh, I see it right now. Good.
Yeah,
That must be only like 15 seconds behind.
there a little bit.
10-2 run for New York. Not bad.
Pacers still by 9 here.
Oh, he hit that 3. Damn, that was a dagger. That sucked. That sucked to hit that 3.
No, don't worry, Keith. And I'm ahead of you. I don't want to spoil. This is your team here. They're
okay.
hanging in there, hanging around.
You know, there was a live prop that said Brunson.
We're not stopping them, Keith. They're not stopping the Pacers. That's the problem here.
Oh, down 6, but then the other side, you're going to tell me they can't stop him. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, stop them.
Halliburton. He's a good player, man. I mean, people say Halliburton is very good, man. Very good.
He's been kind of low key he's really just doing his job in this one. This game is still in the balance for sure right now.
Oh, here we go. Get that in. Don't do a Charles Smith. There you go. All right, so Knicks are only down 6 on my feed. I mean, it's 3 minutes left. They got to really clamp up.
We got our guy backstage. He's ready to go.
I got backstage. Let's go.
Let's bring him in. This guy's going to talk. I don't know what he's going to talk about, but I'm excited to hear it. Let's bring him in. Sub Club.
Hey. Oh, man. It's been too long.
Sub, my
I got to
God,
throw one back for Sub right here.
You see the 3 of you?
Is that a real background or is that a green screen background?
Oh no, that's I haven't been inside all day.
That's real. Yeah.
Oh, okay, now I can hear you guys. Yeah.
Is that a kayak behind you, or are you just glad to see?
You got a little bicycle back there or something?
No, that's
Sub,
just me.
you son of a bitch.
I'm gonna throw one back for Sub. It's been too long.
Sticking out of your shoulder, or
I'm gonna pour a shot with that as well. Let's go. I got my guy.
Yeah, I haven't been on screen with this guy in a couple weeks.
After a rough day around the farm, Sub likes to go out and relax with a Whitewater Rapids kayak ride down a babbling brook before he hops on his bike for a 13-mile ride. He got his own form of a triathlon.
Sub, how you been? How was your Memorial Day?
It was nice, man. Honestly, it was pretty busy. It was not exactly relaxing. Memorial Day itself was just great. The rest of the weekend was just haywire, just one thing after another. But I can't complain, man. I'm doing very well. Happy belated, Mike.
Thanks,
good to
brother.
see you, man. Yeah, we haven't talked in a few days. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, I've been out of country. It's good to be back with you boys, man. I feel like I gotta assimilate back into this shot. I said to you earlier, I can't wait for UFC. I'm excited for the UFC coming back. Get us back in talking fights, talking back and forth. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm very excited too, man. Obviously, Ramon, I was able to catch a couple of your shows over the weekend. Great to see you, brother. Keith, as always, great to see you.
Great being on screen with you, Sub. It feels like it's been too long, so appreciate it, my man.
Power play here for Edmonton. 5 minutes left of the game. 2-minute power play.
Yeah.
Up 2-1 here.
What's up, boys? I'll be right back.
No, I sprinkled on the draw. I sprinkled on the draw in this one at plus 250. Not much money, but it was earlier on. So if it's a tie at regulation, I cash.
I haven't watched a solitary second. Where are we at? Got to be in the third, right?
Yeah, 5 minutes left.
4 minutes left. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sweating out my Knicks right now, Sub. It's getting a little closer. I didn't have high expectations tonight, but Looks like there's going to be a foul. Ooh, it's going to be a foul against the Knicks. So down by 7 with Pacers are going to have the ball with 2:30 left. Not a good spot.
Yeah, it's almost have to be a stop every possession. Almost here. One more back and forth, but if they were to hit here on this,
I didn't really expect much of this game. Yeah.
Are we gonna have a break here? I was gonna ask, Ramon, how'd your tennis action do? Yeah, I know you're a tennis guy.
Oh man, well I had a rough night with my sports money premiums last night on the play, but going to be some great action here coming today. I mean, we saw some exciting results yesterday. We have some hot matches for sure coming up tonight. We're still in the early rounds here, so going to be some good ones here in the feature. Looks like yeah. I don't know if these are that great after all, actually. Tiafoe and PCB. Iga is going up against Raducanu. That sounds like although Iga's minus a dime in that one, but you got two good names there. And it's fun. That's when I get up and stay up all night. Love watching in French Open.
Hell yeah.
Ron Young says,
whoa!
Without a paddle, he means it, literally.
The Rangers have gotten a couple of runs here. Got a run here in the bottom of the 8th inning on a throwing error by Alejandro Kirk. Tried to pick off the man at third base and threw it down the left field line. And the Rangers score the first run of the game here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Oh, crazy.
Is that the 9th or the 8th?
Not great. When you're trying to pick a guy off and you throw it so wild that the shortstop had as good a chance of catching it as the third baseman.
That's how you know it was something else, yeah.
That's my man.
Red Sox and Brewers are tied right now, 1-1 in the actually bottom of the 10th.
Yeah, and the infield is in here even without the bases loaded. Runners at second and third right now. Brewers just one play away from winning here. Nobody out, Keith.
And there's a day game tomorrow. It's going to be camp day in Milwaukee.
Oh, okay.
You ever go to any of those games ever? It's fun. Camp day.
Ball for unintentional, intentional walk, it looked like there. And Contreras will come up with the bases loaded. And all they need is a contact play. Anything but out at the plate really is going to do it here.
I need a Dallas goal for this draw. Come on.
3 minutes to go. 2:11 in the basketball game. Pacers lead by 7.
I want to get up again.
Plus
the ball.
Sub, actually, you were the one that told me that FanDuel has much better draw lines, right, than DraftKings. Is that correct?
Depends on the sport, but yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Sub was telling me about. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It was plus 250, plus 230. That's what it was.
Well, there's an auction going on behind you, Sub, for your fucking gear.
Yeah, I said that.
You're ever looking to get of it? $20 for the kayak. That seems a little low. You're gonna have to beat that up.
Yeah. That's a good starting, right?
The bidding doesn't start until 100, Fernando. But we appreciate you opening it.
You're not getting that one for less than 100. That's for sure.
No, I did some sports money review as I was coming back, sitting in a car for a couple hours, and I was looking at the Fanatics. Specifically for Fanatics props and Fanatics for UFC. Them boys have some excellent spots. My money is up on Fanatics. I've been paying minimal attention. I know you do a great job with it. You are like, this is Fanatics. This is where you can get it. I've even sent you some for First Strike where you're like, here's the play. But if you go, and I'm like, it's plus 120. And you're like, if you go to Fanatics, it's plus 145. I've seen that and then some, and I see it in the numbers. So I got to spend more time with Fanatics. I reached out to those fuckers to be a sponsor. I'm going to reach out to them again, too, because the numbers show Fanatics props, Fanatics, especially in the UFC. Those guys are not to be taken lightly.
Okay, so I'll say a handful of things, and I'm going to try to be diligent about it here. Fanatics, man. These guys, for one thing, I bring it up all the time on the show, especially on the Saturday shows. They get it wrong all the time. I mean, they hang numbers. It's not like they're
not way off.
Yeah,
they're just off.
They're not errors. You know, it's not like they're hanging a line that is a book error. Speaking of Bet Rivers, man, I had a max bet the other night on boxing on an under 4.5 at even money, and it closed at under 3.5 at even money. They voided that because they said it was an offline.
Really?
I mean, and that one really made me angry. I pretty much made the same money because I bet the same guy to finish in the first 4 rounds at a minus 125. But like that one, Rivers, you should really make that one right. Like you did me wrong when you voided that line, and I'm still bitter about it.
Did you reach out to him? Did you contact him?
Well, I did, but it didn't matter. Like I reached out, I reached out to him, but like, I knew other people that also had the same amount of money. We all bet pretty big on it. It was just a good line, He finished in the second. It was just a good line. Like I said, when they opened, Bet Online opened it at under 4.5. And, we all took it under 4.5 when it opened at Bet Rivers. We also opened it, or pardon me, we also took it at Bet Online. Bet Online honored it, Bet Rivers didn't. So, it clearly wasn't. We can.
Well, I hear you, and I would only encourage you to let you know that that book is covered by a gaming
association.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get in that kind of trouble, though.
That's not trouble. I mean, that's why those things are set up. I mean,
I'd sooner just stay on their good side, though. I don't want to bring them to court. Even if it's an informal court. I don't want to. I just want to keep my account. They closed my bet. It's bullshit, but I'll live with it.
See, I would be like, I'm going to take this to X. I'm going to put myself on there, make myself go viral, be one of those people that.
No, I'm not going to do that. Pardon me, too. I'm sorry. I realize I've been looking at the TV part of the time. I kind of got myself in like a worm's eye view. I can't really do anything about it. I'm off my phone right now.
Are you cracking beers on the side over here? What's happening?
You're good, dude. You got offers on your bikes. You got offers on the kayak. You got offers
on the Oilers there. Sub, maybe you're talking about the Oilers with that third goal.
The bikes are for sale. For one thing, like they're both my wife's, so you have to take it up with her.
I think I'm the only guy that can't really smoke in here right now, but all set. I mean, it's awesome. Appreciate you guys.
The Pacers are working down this clock. They're going to win and cover here tonight in and over.
Oh, it sucks, Ramon. Damn.
And the Oilers do get another goal to make it 4-1 here.
Wow.
With 15 seconds to go. They'll take a 3-1 lead in this series. We're just about done with our big sports here tonight, guys.
Sounds like Panthers over Oilers in the final.
You still cashed the live bet over in the second half, 107.5. They got 110 is what it looks like here. 110.
Oh.
Cash that fucker. Let's go.
Oh, nice.
Plus the Pacers money line, plus the over. Let's go.
Padres down to 5 5 now. I guess 190 wasn't good enough. 350 wasn't good enough. And now you're probably going to have to take him as a favorite if you want the Padres.
I'm gonna throw back another shot here. Why not? I mean, Knicks lost, but Mets won, and it was a great night with you guys betting. Oh yeah, I'm looking at Halliburton's dad, very excited in the suite here because he's banned from courtside. He cannot be courtside, so he's in the suite now. Oh, what luxury! I mean, he is his dad.
What happened? He can't be courtside anymore.
Oh, he had an altercation with Giannis. Yeah,
that's awesome.
On the court after. So the Pacers, I believe, if I have this correct, Ramon, you can correct me, is that the Pacers front office or the management said that you're banned 6 games from courtside.
Yeah, but we all watched the incident, and by the time it was over, Giannis realized it was Hallie's dad, and he was saying, "I love you." You could see him.
Oh, I didn't know that they got it all wrong.
Watch it, yeah. I mean, he knows who he is. He just didn't know at the time because it looked like a fan that had just come on the court to taunt Giannis.
They still banned him.
And it was. Yeah, no. I mean, there's no ill will there between those.
Right. Folks. I think it was still a good move that they banned him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see how a parent would be, be all into that like they'd want to. I know they want to win. They're all making their money, I guess. But man, the Cubs and the Colorado Rockies 2-2 there in the 11th inning. Nobody can score now.
I think the Rockies were like plus 220 live. I mean, pre-flop.
Well, boys, we have the Knicks game as a final. We got the Pacers. We got the Pacers over. We got the second half. Shout out to Sharpie saying, "Why aren't you guys taking that over?" And we've got ourselves the spot here, 4-1, end of the third.
Great job.
Awesome.
Win the stream. Get this thing on some plus money. But I'll see you boys backstage in a minute. Ramon, tell them what you got going on. We know the morning steam is the best spot to catch the early Vegas action. What do you got?
I'll be here. I didn't know we were going on. Are we going on or are we going off? We're going to leave. All of our games are over. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. Even more action on the morning steam on Sports Money.
Sounds like Sub's grinding something over here.
We'll be backstage in a few minutes and we'll figure it out, boys. But how about
invited? Everybody's invited backstage.
Keith is ready to roll. Yeah. Keith, each every stride. What do you got?
Oh, thanks, Mike. Yeah. Oh, look at. Let me see this here.
We're trying
unboxing here. We got a break open.
Is that unboxing?
A breaker, yeah.
Damn.
Got a Golazo card there.
Nico Barella.
Oh, he was opening up.
Probably looks terrible in the light that we're dealing with, but
it's a hologram.
That's a decent one there.
That's pretty cool. That's nice.
Decent one there. A Pavard auto.
Oh, very nice.
Decent.
Yeah, I see it.
It's decent, and we got a Bastoni.
It's easy for you to say.
Two of I don't know. We'll figure that out soon. Yeah. Anyway.
Well,
real quick. We got some boxing going off early morning. I have 4 units on it. It's Eduardo Sugar Nunes. I have 4 units. I have them at minus 190 for 2 units. I have them at minus 210 for 2 units. Some of those lines have been blown out in a lot of books, but I think the FanDuel line has still been hanging around minus 220. Obviously,
I don't know now, but that fight goes off at 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Pacific here this morning. That Sub is talking about. Everybody, go ahead, Sub. Finish it. Go ahead.
Yeah, correct. Thank you, Ramon. Yeah, yep. Wanted to mention that. So yeah, get those in before the night is over. I think it's good money. If you don't want to take the juice, I think 7 through 12 at plus 230 is what FanDuel is hanging. I think BetMGM was hanging at plus 220. I think those are fine too. If you don't want to go big on it and you want to maybe play to win a unit, that's fine too. I think this guy gets it done, man. He's a nasty body puncher. Nasty puncher in general, but his body work is really something else. Take a look at his weigh-ins. You'll see what I mean just by the physique, and take a look at his highlights and versus a very big, long, torsoed, southpaw. I think you can gather where I'm getting my vril at in this one. But anyway, I love you guys. Have a great night, everybody.
Let's go, Keith. Tell them where they can find you. Tell them what's up. Let's go.
Oh man, always a great night with you fellas. Give me a follow at Every Stride on X Twitter, and it's so cool. Capping and betting with you guys, and I catch the big Jose Altuve home run before plus 450. So, and then of course he hit a second home run. I didn't have the second one, but definitely a nice lead right there because a contact hitter that only had 6 homers on the year versus a lefty at a home. That was a nice look right there. So I was definitely pumped for that one. Had a couple of losses though tonight, but my Knicks have to regroup. They're down 3-1 in the series, but always a great time being on with you guys as well. And give me a follow. Keep it here at Sports Money as well. So everybody's still cash in, and cheers, everybody. Let's go. It's going to be the Belmont Stakes on June 7th. I'm going to have a preview show coming out on Each and Every Stride. Let's go.
Shout out to all you guys rocking with us here tonight. Make sure you do hit that thumbs up button. I know we were abbreviated. We'll fix that. We'll fix the whole process, the whole experience. But nonetheless, thank you guys all for coming over and following us. I think you guys are really good with the thumbs up, but I'll say it again. Smash that thumbs up. Make sure you follow these boys out there. Each and Every Stride. You can see it there on his Twitter profile. My guy, Subhuman Gaucho, you're going to see him tomorrow. He's going to give you guys the first strike on that UFC card this weekend. Our guy, Ramon Scott, he runs it Each and Every Hot over there. How about that? 9 a.m. We'll see you guys all real soon. You can follow me, PimSlap, POD, at Pregaming, 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Thank you guys all for watching. We'll see you guys all real soon. Thank you. Shout out Sports Money.